Hi everyone, we're Travel with Johnny and Will, and this is our recap of our day 5 on board Sky Princess. We're doing a cruise to Norway and Denmark.
In the last video, it was nearly Denmark.
Denmark, yeah.
Yes, so we've been on board now a few days. Today we're stopping in the port of Copenhagen, and we're actually docked quite a bit away from the city centre, so we're basically docked at Terminal 3. So the night before in our cabin, we had a little leaflet from Princess basically saying that in order to get into the city centre, there was a Princess shuttle that dropped you off at the metro centre, and then you needed to get the metro. Now, we had sort of thought, even though we had plans for the day, we had thought that we might get off in the morning and go and have a bit of a mooch around the city centre. However, when we learned that we'd have to get a bus and a train, we sort of thought, can we really be bothered? You know, knowing that we'll have plans later on in the afternoon anyway. So we were actually docked in port from sort of about 8 or 9 in the morning, and we weren't leaving until 9 o'clock at night. So quite a long day in Copenhagen. So what do we have planned?
So at the minute there is a lot of work going on at this terminal. We actually docked and we're facing the land, and there's just like these diggers and dumpers going up. So I actually find this sort of therapeutic to sit and watch, you know, these diggers and construction work going on. Another thing that Johnny didn't mention was the city sightseeing buses actually came right up to the ship today. And that was another option if you wanted to go to Copenhagen. So they were coming to the cruise terminal, which was really nice because then you wouldn't have to take the shuttle and then do that metro transfer.
Yeah, I think if we did come back here, that's probably what we would end up doing.
Definitely.
It'd be an easier way of sort of getting around and get in. Yeah. So today, we're here as part of Paul and Cara Loves to Travel inaugural Grip Cruise, and as part of that, the travel agent organising the cruise also organised a trip to Tivoli Gardens. So we got nominated to help be in charge of this trip. So we have a little, I wanted to be a tour guide for the day, so we have a little paddle. So whenever we were leading people off the ship, I had my paddle so people knew where we were going to. So I was very excited about my paddle. I was also excited because I had a clipboard to check out.
You love a clipboard.
I like a good clipboard. So we all met in Princess Live, and we got everybody checked off, and then there was 2 coach loads of us, and we all headed then down to our relevant coaches, and the plan was that we were going to take a trip to Tivoli Gardens, but en route we were stopping to see the Little Mermaid.
Yeah, and she was little.
Yeah,
and it's a very popular spot. Like there was about 5 buses there when our bus arrived.
Yeah, including the city sightseeing bus. Yeah,
they all visit there. So yeah, I don't think you'll get to Copenhagen on a city sightseeing without passing this first.
Yeah,
it's like a must do. Apparently.
But yeah, we didn't really have much of a clue, and actually it was somebody else that mentioned to us that yes, it was because obviously the creator of the Hans Christian Andersen was from Denmark, and that's why obviously it was there. But pretty little thing. We had to stop for a photo, and then we had to rally up the troops, get everybody back onto the coach, do a quick head count, and then off to Tivoli.
Just one point about the Little Mermaid. Not very accessible here. I mean, you could stay back at the footpath next to the road and get a picture, but a lot of people were climbing down the rocks and steps, and they were very slippy.
Yeah, so just be careful.
Just be careful.
So once we got into the city centre, our coaches sort of stopped, and then it was just really on the outskirts of Tivoli Gardens, and we just had to walk around the corner then to the main entrance. We had purchased our tickets online before going. We'll stick on screen the price of our tickets because I cannot remember because we booked them that long ago. And that was our entrance into the actual park. So what is Tivoli Gardens?
Well, so I had no idea what Tivoli Gardens was. Other people knew about it, heard about it, knew that Copenhagen was famous for it. I had no clue. So I just went there with no idea what it was. I didn't even know it was a theme park until I saw the rides. So I actually thought it was going to have more gardens. Now the gardens that they do have are very beautiful, but I would say it's not like a nice botanic garden like the one in Madeira or something like that. It's a nice mix of garden and theme park.
And really well kept.
Yes, really
the
well
park
kept.
was super tidy, and it keeps within the old traditional look to the park.
Yeah.
They really kept that. Even the staff and the uniforms that they wore was very traditional. I think now I would have liked it if there was things on. So there's a couple of like sort of stages around the park, and it would have been nice had there been something on those stages. That we
Well,
could
there
have
was something on at the very end, but
yeah,
sadly
but we were
got
leaving.
left.
Yeah. So whenever we got in, we were hungry because we skipped breakfast, and we decided then to go into the food hall, which was just as we had entered Tivoli. And you had like a burrito kind of bowl.
I had a chipotle burrito bowl.
And then I had like a chicken
Which was
pita.
insane.
Yeah.
It was insane.
My chicken pita was really nice too, although it was huge and I could hardly eat it, all, but it was very, very nice. And then we just sort of made our way into the park and were sort of walking around. We're not one for doing like theme park rides.
No.
You can just pay as you go. There is ones that tickets that you can book that has, passes and things for the rides. But, we were happy enough just to go around and enjoy, the gardens, looking at everybody else going on to the rides, excited looking at everybody coming off the rides, less excited that they did before they went on.
Yeah, like that ride that Paul and Ken had went on, like I'll insert it now, it was mad. Like it actually makes me feel queasy now looking at it. There was a really good roller coaster, there was a drop, there was little boats, and then all throughout there was other like sort of carnival games. We played the Camel Derby.
Yeah.
There was food outlets.
You won at Camel Derby.
Yes, I did. I won this. It's a duck,
With it,
but it's an elephant duck, and yeah.
You were very proud though for winning that. You had to win 2 games in order to get that.
Yeah, the prizes so you were given a token if you won. So we played 3 games and I won twice. But the 10, the token's like worth 10, whatever, 10 points. And this was worth 2 tokens. Like it's tiny.
I think it's a great prize.
Yeah.
So yeah, we made our way on into the park and had a look around. We had then watched Ken and Paul going on the big roller coaster as well.
Yeah.
And then as we sort of thought, after a couple of hours we headed sort of back towards the starting point. We went and got some candy floss, which was amazing. I haven't had candy floss
really
in
nice,
years. But just the smell of the candy floss and the popcorn and everything, it was really good. And then we headed to this little cafe because it started to rain. And we went to this little cafe that had like desserts and cakes. We wanted coffee, but they didn't have coffee because there was a problem with the machines. So we just had a drink, and then I had a little dessert, and you had some macarons.
Yeah. No, you like that dessert, but
Yeah.
I have a thing with desserts when they look too like an ornament. Like this dessert, it looked so shiny and perfect.
Yeah.
And that doesn't really appeal to me visually. I like something a bit messier.
The taste was delightful.
I
It
actually
appealed to
didn't
me.
think it was that good.
Well, luckily it was my dessert.
Yeah, it was.
So after that, we headed back towards the main entrance, and where we were meeting everyone from the group to head back to the coaches. But there was a Lego shop. And guess who likes Lego? This one.
Really? Is that right?
And he doesn't need any more Lego because before we came away, you had literally ordered about 3 or 4 things.
5 sets.
Oh, 5 sets from Lego.
But the good thing was, going to the Lego shop, you get to see all the sets.
Yeah.
And a lot of the ones I've ordered, they had built. And then also they had that NASA one with the shuttle carrier. And I seen that, and now I think I want that one too. Because it's a really nice display. I think it was lovely.
You're going to need a bigger shelf.
Yeah, well, the shelves are already overflowing, so yeah.
So, so he did make a purchase. You bought the little...
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
You bought the little city sightseeing bus.
Yeah, like a sightseeing bus, a red sightseeing bus, yeah.
So I think you're probably going to build that on our sea day.
Yeah, hopefully I'll build it on the sea day.
So after we met our group, we headed round to the coaches, and I then did a head count to make sure we had all 45 heads there. and just hoped that they were the right heads that we came with. And then we made our way back to the ship.
We also especially loved the look of this robot mower. It said that the garden was maintained by Husqvarna, who make mowers, and this mower had bunny rabbit ears, and it was really cute.
So now we're thinking that our robot mower, who's called Roberta, needs dressed up.
Yeah, because she's just black and orange.
She's just plain Jane.
Yeah, she needs to be more like the bunny mower. Yeah.
So whenever we get home, Roberta's getting a
makeover.
Makeover. So once back on board, we were back at the ship at around 7:30. And we actually just made our way straight to the pool deck. And it was quite warm. We were sitting where we were sitting. Back to the Future was on the big C screen. And we actually just got our dinner, which was from the Princess
Salty
Grill.
Dog Grill.
Oh, why was I calling it the Princess Grill?
Princess Grill.
Anyway, yes, but you got it right. Salty Dog Grill. So we both had the Texas burger.
Yep. Which was chili, meat, cheese, and red onion.
And it also did not disappoint.
It was really nice.
And then we had loaded fries. I got mine with cheese and bacon bits. And you got yours with chili.
I did. Yes, I was thinking, I did get it with the chili because there's black.
And we were super thirsty, so we drank a lot of Pepsi Max.
And you know, up there, they cooked that fresh to order for us because we had to wait a little bit. But it wasn't busy, and the bar wasn't busy, and it was warm, and I was like, this is just perfect.
And again, it was such a beautiful evening, just sort of sitting there looking around, and it was
I would actually be inclined to go again, but I don't think we're going to have enough nights to do that.
I know. So after our meal, we came back to the cabin to get freshened up and changed. The plan for this evening was that we were going to go down and meet our friends Lynn and Rose for a drink. So we headed then down to deck 6, just off the piazza, the little sort of photo gallery area.
We seem to be going there a lot on this cruise.
And I know that sounds strange, however, we think that this section's changed from the last time we were on board, because there's a lot of tables and chairs, so it's nearly like an extension of Good Spirits, because the waiters from Good Spirits wait on that area.
Yes, because that was one of the things that was a problem with Good Spirits the first time we came on Skye, is that it's such a small venue.
Yeah.
But then you had this large photos, and I think the photo space before had more screens and stuff, whereas now they've definitely made it more like sit and view your photos because there's screens next to each booth, which is really nice.
So we sat in the booth and had a drink with them, and then after they were heading to the buffet for something to eat, we decided to stay on, and we moved across to a larger table then because we knew that some of the other passengers here on the group cruise would be joining us. Now, this is where the night all started to go a bit pear-shaped. Well, not pear-shaped. Look, the craic was great. We all had a great night. The drinks were flowing. Probably flowing too easily for us, and after then Good Spirits are closed, I think the culprit here was Ken, decided let's all go to Vista. Why did I say that as if I was about to chant that? Let's all go to Vista, because we didn't actually chant that. But anyway, so before we all headed to Vista, we all there's a big heart at the piazza, and we all had a group photo, and check it out.
So we went to Vista, which is the late night venue on board. It's the last place where the bar will be opened. And we were there and we were chatting, and
it was an 80s disco. But by the time we got there was literally one couple dancing.
It was like the night was over for that bar, and then we came and like revived it. Well,
or crashed it. But there was a good squad of us headed down, and again the drinks were flowing, the bar staff were super attentive, and it was such a great night. However, obviously we were recording this the next day, and we have fragile heads, and Will's feeling a little bit ropey. So, in true fashion, obviously we were being kicked out of the bar, so we then headed down to the International Cafe. There wasn't a great selection on, and I was bored.
I think they were starting to switch from the food they would have in the evening to the breakfast
That's
menu
how
after
early in
that.
the morning it was.
Yeah.
So some people stuck around. You grabbed a cookie. We headed on up to our cabin. I ordered then room service.
Yeah.
You were nearly sleeping by the time the room service
Although
came.
they did phone to say that, I think we'd ordered the burger.
Yeah.
Isn't that right? But
Oh,
then they
chicken
phoned
burger,
to say
yeah.
that the grill was being cleaned, so would there be something else? And then we ended up getting the clubhouse
Sandwiches,
sandwiches again.
Which were nice.
Yeah, no, they are a good option.
They
But I'm a little bit disappointed that they closed the grill. But I
Yeah.
guess they have to clean it at some point.
Yeah. Look, regardless, it hit the spot. Do you know what I mean? It was late or early, depending on what way you want to look at it. It was starting to get bright outside before I was calling it a night.
So that's a recap of our day 5 on board Sky Princess on our cruise visiting Denmark and Norway. So if you've liked this video, please consider giving us a thumbs up down below, which is here or here. I'm not really sure. And also click subscribe and ring the bell if you like this video and you want to see more. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Bye.